Welcome to Smart Money. You're joining me right now in Tokyo, Japan. The weather outside is rather chilly at around 15 degrees Celsius. And the reason I'm here is multifold, but of course at this particular place I'm at the Tokyo Motor Show. Every year the Tokyo Motor Show will showcase extremely interesting cars, mostly concept cars. Now you have some exhibitors trying to showcase the cars that they are rolling out, but the reason why car enthusiasts would come and visit the Tokyo Motor Show largely is because they want to observe some of the concept cars that is being rolled out, some futuristic cars. Now I have some footages on the futuristic cars that are currently being exhibited, but right now I just want to show you the magnitude of the event. The organizers of the Tokyo Motor Show has declared that over the span of 1 week, they expect 800,000 visitors to come, and certainly it does feel like 800,000 people have come and visit this place. I'll just point you to some exhibitors. On my left is the Volkswagen exhibitors. Volkswagen will introduce a series of cars, including the e-Golf, including the new ranges of the hatchbacks. They also want to introduce some electrical cars as well and try to see how the market would react to it. They are one of the bigger exhibitors there. Behind them is Audi, another German producer, which is trying to showcase some of the more commercial vehicles that they want to introduce. To my right, right at the end there, we have Nissan. And Nissan is showcasing a very interesting car that is trying to capture the imagination of the population. They don't have a name concept car yet, but the name will be introduced very much later. Most probably, I spoke to some Nissan guys, they said that they want to introduce this 2 or 3 years down the road. Here we have Mitsubishi Motors. They want to showcase the more, not so much of the concept cars, but the cars that they are rolling out right now. So Mitsubishi is indeed taking a step out of the ordinary, trying to showcase the concept cars, the cars that they're rolling out. They're a little bit more grounded in that sense. Behind me here, ahead of me here is Lexus. And of course, Lexus targets a very different class of customers. They are interlinked with Toyota, and they want to focus more on the luxury ownership. And of course, the most luxurious of the lot would be our Porsche. Now, Porsche is taking a very big step. Not only are they pushing for cars, they are also pushing on consumer products as well. Remember, Porsche has just launched jointly with Huawei the Porsche design for phones. There's also Porsche for stationaries. There's also Porsche design for toiletries as well. You have Malaysia Airlines distributing amenity kits with Porsche branding. So they're trying to branch out, not just from being a car manufacturer, but also trying to branch out into consumer products. So I don't see any other exhibitors trying to do the same as what Porsche does. But perhaps the reason is because the declining sales of Porsche might prove the need for them to branch out into consumer products. Now, what you don't see here in this hall is the world's biggest auto manufacturer, which is Toyota. And the reason is Toyota has a hall as big as this. They are the biggest exhibitor. I'll bring you to their booth, hall, not much of a booth, very shortly. But we spoke to two gentlemen from Toyota Malaysia and asked what their experience is attending to this motor show. Take a look.
Objektif datang di sini kita akan tengok kereta untuk future, terutama Toyota punya kereta lah. Kita ada kereta konsep apa semua. Lepas tu dengan produk-produk terbaru daripada Toyota lah. Kita akan perbaiki daripada segi jualan, promosi untuk pelanggan-pelanggan dekat Malaysia lah. Terutama dengan produk-produk baru yang akan datang, sebab Toyota punya kilang dekat Malaysia akan siap tahun 2019. Dekat situ kita akan keluarkan setiap 3 atau 5 bulan sekali akan keluar model baru lah.
And so I've spent a few hours at the Tokyo Motor Show on the East Hall. So right now, as you can see in my earlier footages, there's a bunch of car manufacturers on the East Hall, and it's huge. But it's not enough because the entire West Hall will be occupied by just 2 car manufacturers, Toyota and Daihatsu. And they have to occupy the entire West Hall. In fact, they have called it, there you go, the Toyota Daihatsu Hall. So here we are trying to make our way into the exhibition display of the world's largest automaker, which is of course Toyota. This year, a lot of car manufacturers are suffering from scandals after scandals. And of course, it's not just the car manufacturers, it's also the industry supporting the car industry, including that of Takata, airbags, and so on. So Subaru has come out with a recent scandal regarding how it practices the business in Japan, Suzuki as well, and of course Toyota and Daihatsu, which are actually correlated companies. Daihatsu is a subsidiary of Toyota. They too are hit with scandals this year. And it's not just about the car manufacturers, it's generally speaking Japan incorporated, to be frank, because companies like Toshiba, for instance, also has been hit by recent scandals. So they're trying to hit back stronger with the consumer confidence, and they are spending a lot in terms of marketing, promotions, rebranding, and trying to come out clean. Some of the leadership of many of these Japan incorporated companies have resigned, and they want to re-establish themselves as a dominant commercial driver for the world's business and the global's business. So here we have Toyota introducing concept cars that are planned to be launched, get this, 3 decades down the road. They plan to launch new cars within the next 30 to 40 years, and we have a first glimpse of what their concept cars can look like. Take a look.
So the concept car is the future beloved car. So we think the car is a little bit different from the other commodity things. So when we drive a car, we feel something special for the car. So now I think the feeling is decreasing for the driver, but we think the feeling is very special, and Toyota think their feeling is more important than other things. So we create such kind of car. The important thing is we would like the driver to enjoy their driving. So their artificial intelligence supports the safety more. In the car, we put some camera. So through the camera, we can recognize the emotion through the camera. So for example, if human laugh, their mouth a bit, little bit changing, so like upward. So such kind of things we can learn by utilizing the deep learning. At the moment, we are planning to this car demonstration in Japan 2020.
The one car that has generated so much public interest is, of course, the 911 Porsche. They're introducing the 2018 model. In front here is the GT3, behind there is the sports version. This car, of course, has captivated many imagination of car lovers, because it does intersect between sport car enthusiasts and general car use. So the 911, as you can see all around me, has generated sufficient public interest. So there's more of these kind of individual car lines that has been introduced in the market for some time, but continuously generate enough public interest. Another one would be the Mitsubishi Evolution. Just now we saw the Mitsubishi Evo. They introduced the concept design, which means it's going to be rolled out in at least 2 to 3 years from now. That too has generated so much public interest. Of course, the 911 and Evo is world renowned, so it carries across the brand name of the vehicles, the model name, rather than the car manufacturer. While predominantly the Tokyo Motor Show is focused on passenger cars, there are a great deal of exhibitors that showcases the commercial side of the vehicles. Behind me is, of course, Scania, one of the more popular trucks in the world. Over here is UD Trucks. They're big in Japan. There's also a sizable amount of consumers in Malaysia. And behind them is Volvo Trucks, which is the same family as UD Trucks, trying to make a penetration to Malaysia. Here we have Hino, one of the more popular brands in the country, and of course Isuzu Trucks. As you can see, there are plenty of commercial vehicles in and around the Tokyo Motor Show, and the reason is very simple. They want to grow not just the sale of trucks, but also trying to grow the number of people that can drive the trucks. Over here, they want to focus on next generation Scania. It's not just about the next generation of trucks, it's about retraining and repurposing individuals to become more truck drivers. Early just now, we saw a demonstration of by UD Trucks trying to say that even women can drive heavy-duty trucks. And the question now is whether or not companies like these truck companies like Isuzu, Hino, Scania, Volvo Trucks or UD Trucks can do more in trying to retrain. I spoke to Kenneth Hagas, brand marketing manager of Japan, to speak specifically about retraining drivers in the country.
It's a severe driver shortage. I have customers telling me that if I had another driver, I get more business tomorrow.
Wow.
So it's really, really serious.
During the test drive just now, I saw a lady operating the truck.
Yes, yes.
Is it that that's an area that you guys are looking for?
It's a trend in Japan. It's still just a couple of % of heavy-duty truck drivers that are female drivers. But you know, the average age, if I'm correct, I think it's 50, 60 years old, the average age, sometime between 50 and 60 years old of heavy-duty truck drivers, right? So younger drivers, but also female drivers, more and more companies are looking into, and more, I mean, that's why we try to do this, to show that this is good for all drivers. What we mean by that is if you show the show, for example, right, we had a female dump truck driver. Very often females want to drive dump trucks actually. You don't get out of the truck and loading, offloading, you sit in the truck and dump it, etc. Right? We want to say that truck driving is cool. Maybe you saw here, we have the kids over there as well, you know, in the uniforms, right? It's fun for the kids. As I said, this is also a family fair, right? So we have to do something when we do a show here that has a message, to tell the message to our customers and to experts like you, but also then who is nice for families who comes here. But actually what we are saying, being a mechanic is cool, you know, it's fun, it's cool. So we are trying, so to say, we talk about smart logistics, you know, we go the extra mile for smart logistics. That's what the world needs today. And you can't have smart logistics if you don't have good mechanics and good drivers. So we think, I see it all holistically integrated, so to say.
So as you can see, the Tokyo Motor Show will focus so much on concept cars. We just saw an interview with the I-Series model of Toyota, where they focus on the emotions of the driver, where they inculcate artificial intelligence into how the driver reacts. So hopefully we'll see those kind of cars on Japanese roads by 2020, but before it reaches our part of the world, it's probably going to take another 2 decades at least. So again, it just reinforces the very fact that the Tokyo Motor Show focuses on concept cars rather than those that are being selling right now. And with Daihatsu and Toyota owning or exhibiting half of the Tokyo Motor Show, that kind of shows the kind of prowess and the commercial might that they have over other manufacturers. They own half of the space of exhibitors right here in the Tokyo Motor Show. The other guys, all the other guys, own the other half. So it's going to be Toyota and Daihatsu versus the rest, and it's going to look like that for a number of years to come. This is it. I hope you enjoyed this particular episode of Smart Money. Follow us on all our social media sites. I'm Ibrahim Sani. Thanks for watching and goodbye.